Welcome to the first day of your exciting new career. Whether you were approached at a job fair, read our ad in screws, bolts, and hairpins, or if this is the result of a dare, we welcome you.
Yo, what up guys, it's your boy AcidGoop here, and today's video is basically me explaining my experience working at Chuck E. Cheese. So this is my first day actually. Well, not my actual first day. My first day was actually orientation and shit, but it's 2 days, alright? My orientation and my actual first day. But alright, so my orientation was basically trash. They walked me in and they basically interviewed me, and the only question they asked me is like, why do you need a job? Of course I need fucking money. So I said, I just want money. You know? And most jobs nowadays, they're always like, we want experience before you can work here. And I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to get some experience if I can't get the job? Right? So basically for like 4 hours, almost 4 hours, maybe 3 hours and some minutes, we were watching these useless videos on how to make the food, how to prep it, how to talk to customers, how to defuse the situation, what to do with the situation depending on how bad it is, right? And after doing 4 hours of those videos, I didn't know shit of what the fuck happened. I just sat there watching them, basically daydreaming and shit. As I was walking out of the kitchen, getting ready to go home, I was just like, shit, I'm really gonna work here. What the fuck is wrong with me? Going on to the next day, which is my actual work day, where I actually start doing shit and stuff, right? As I was getting ready for work, I was like, they didn't give me a uniform and shit. They basically just said, just grab a blue polo and a hat and come into work with some slip resistant shoes or all black shoes, right? So I was like, okay. And I was like, shit. Once I started getting there, as I was getting there and shit, I was just like, I had to tuck my shirt in, and I had a chub and tuck type shit, right? I was just like, bro, I was nervous as fuck going in. I was like, I'm gonna fuck shit up, right? And then I had a lit ass fucking chub and tuck. If you don't know what the chub and tuck is, here, I'll show you a video right now of what the chub and tuck is from H3 Productions.
Guys, the chub and tuck is a simple maneuver, okay? It only requires 2 basic ingredients. You've got your chub, you've got your tuck. Guys, it's elementary, okay? This is 101 here. Now, the perfect chub and tuck is mid-waist. The waist needs to be high.
But as I was making, I guess, my first pizza, right? They let me do my first pizza, so they were walking me step by step, and somebody had ordered a large supreme, which is I think it was what? All right, so you get the dough, you gotta stretch out the dough. No, that wasn't a large. It was an extra large. You stretch out the dough, right? You had to put this tomato sauce, and then you had to put the cheese, and it comes with, I think, green peppers, onions, beef, sausage, and I can't remember if pepperoni was in there, and I think mushroom was in there too, and olives. And I was just like, shit, I put that in, right? As I was making that pizza, this one dude that works game room, which is the people that fix the games outside, he had walked to the back, and oh man, this made me laugh a little bit. I tried not to laugh, but this shit made me laugh. This dude walks into the back and he's telling everybody like, bro, someone literally took a shit on the floor in the restrooms. And then the worst part was, I asked him where in the restroom, so they said they went into the stall, and instead of sitting in the seat to shit in the toilet, they shit on the floor right in front of the toilet bowl. So like, I was just like, fuck, I'm hoping I don't have to ever do that shit. So this dude literally had to grab some gloves and go in there and pick that shit up and flush it down. And I was just like, fuck. So then like 10 minutes later, 9 minutes later, after it goes through the oven, I'm in the other side, and they told me to use this spatula looking thing. It almost looks like a big spoon almost, to pick up the pizza and put on the cutting board, right? So I was planning on using that and the tongs and shit, so I could like have double handles on it so that I won't drop it, because it was an extra large. That shit was heavy as fuck, right? It was my first time ever using those, so I had no balance in my hand. And then like the oven shit was like too high, and I was just like, I had to use that because I didn't want to drop it. This chick literally told me, the chick that's been there for a good 5 years, said, nah, I can't use the tongs, I gotta use the spoon thing, the spatula shit. And I was like, what if I drop it? They're like, oh well, they're like, you can't drop it, you can't drop it, but you can't use the tongs and shit. And I'm like, well, I mean, if I find it easy, I was like, I didn't want to argue, so I said, okay. So I picked it up, right? That bitch was heavy, so my hand was wobbling like crazy, right? As soon as I picked that off the oven, turned towards the cutting board, I started walking towards the cutting board. On my first step, the pizza just yeet onto the fucking floor. And I was just like,
oh my god, fucking hell, fuck.
And I was like, damn, that was a big ass pizza and all those ingredients wasted. And I was like, shit. And they're like, everybody was like, oh, it's okay, you can go make another one. I'm like, damn, like, I don't want to be making another one. I was like, I could have done it the first go, you know, but it's whatever. So I went and made another one. I got it the second time, so that wasn't too bad. But see, what got me was after I got done with I got it on the cutting board, right? I had to cut it. So after I cut it, I put it on the plate, and just because I forgot to put the knife in the pizza plate, that one chick I was telling you about, she came at me sideways, bro, just because I forgot to put a knife in there. And I was just like, I cut the pizza in there and put it on the window, and I went to make another one. They're like, she started yelling at me just because I didn't put a knife in there. And I'm like, bro, you could just grab it right there. I'm like, all this and that. I was like, I'm new and all that, you know? So I'm like, just because I forgot to put the knife on the plate don't mean you gotta yell at me. But the worst part of the whole day right there on my first day was, oh my god, whenever Chucky had to go out and dance, this dude had to do the head, shoulders, knees, and toes dance. And I was like, bro, I know that dance. That's easy. But nah, dude, this is Chucky, so they added all these extra dance moves, and I was like, these corny ass little move side to side type things, look all happy. And I was like, oh man, I was like, I can't do none of that. So since I didn't go in the suit, that I was they basically told me I had to go and dance right next to Chucky without the suit. And I was just like, oh my god, dude, like bro, like when I heard, I was like, it can't be that hard, you know? I was expecting to be kind of like this dude right here, you know? Like, I just head, shoulders, knees, and toes. That shit easy. But nah, fool, with all these new moves and shit, they ended up freaking making it, they ended up basically making it hard. So it was basically like, it almost felt like I was dancing just like this dude right here in this video. Like, the best part after that was I had to sit down and just do a little quiz about if I remember what I did, and right after that I got to go home, and that was the best part of my first day. So it was pretty bad. But if you guys want to hear more of my experience at Chuck E. Cheese, just drop a like, subscribe, you know, and catch you guys in the next video.